Okay, and we're going to do part 2 of that video. My daughter is still figuring out my boundaries around trying to do a reading. Okay, so let's keep going. Where was I? Yeah, this is in regards to two people who are willing to work on the relationship. Though you or both of you may be feeling like it's getting really difficult. Is it worth it? And you're contemplating moving away from it. And maybe it does need some space. Maybe it's not a bad idea to take some time for yourself, especially with the Seven of Wands here. I am being drawn to how she's kind of on her own in the Ten of Swords. There's not a lot of activity around her other than these birds. So, and the Seven of Wands, she's kind of in it's like she's got a lot coming at her, but she's in a very meditative state. So there is some guidance here to take some time for yourself to really get clarity on how you can show up in a more in a way that serves the relationship. All right, let's go a little bit further here into the reading. Getting the Moon card. This is also speaking about the depth that I was referring to earlier, the depth of what's possible for this relationship. I am feeling also with this Moon card that I'm hearing like dying to the old self. So this relationship is probably bringing up a lot of your old core wounds. This is important stuff because having those brought up allows you to shine the light of awareness on them, and then you can release them and move forward. And you'll notice that your relationship will reflect the healing that you and your partner have done. So it kind of goes like, it's like this, like that. It's continually improving and continually getting more deep. But it seems like there's these times, which I feel like you're in one of those times now, where there's a bit of a dip. But that's because you've been triggered into, you're being asked to look at the wounds that have been buried rather deeply. And this relationship is bringing those up. So like I said, this is an opportunity for some major growth. You're in a spot right now where there is some, like a quantum leap in growth for you and your relationship and your partner. Let's pull a few more cards, just to kind of round out this story here. I'm hoping this resonates with you. I did set the intention that those who resonated with it would find my channel, so we'll see how that goes. I'll just have to trust that that's what's happening. There's the Three of Wands, and I feel like there's another card that wants to come out with that. Yeah, I do feel like there's like you, the viewer, is kind of turning your back on the relationship at this time, which is not a bad thing. It's not something that, don't feel obligated to keep looking at the relationship if there's things that you need to address within yourself. Because sometimes, when things get challenging in a relationship, we have to take that time to really integrate the shadow that came up during that time. And so sometimes that's easier done alone. And we have the King of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. So there is a stable energy here. I feel like underneath it all, there's a very stable connection between you and this person. And, but on the surface, there is this like butting of heads. There's this conflict of ideas. There's this conflict between you two. But there is this undercurrent that is stable, steady, and that's where you're ultimately getting to, and that's ultimately what's keeping it kind of keeping you together. That's why you're feeling the pull to stay, because you are connected to that undercurrent of stability and safety. And but you may need to take some time, or your partner may need, both of you may need to take some time away from the connection just to integrate the shadow that has come up in the recent past, or that's coming up currently for you. Let me get a few more cards to final message for this. What's the final outcome here? Maybe there's no final outcome. It's to be determined. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so we get the Six of Cups. So, you know, this is talking about, there's several things that this is talking about, several layers of energy here. There's the energy of growth, maturity happening. There's this energy of loyalty. So I feel like there is a deep connection here, and that's worth. So if your question is it worth it? The answer is yes. The answer is yes, it's worth it. There is a lifelong partnership here in this dynamic with this person that you're thinking about. And it comes with the Six of Pentacles. So I am feeling that your partner is willing to do this with you, and they're willing to do the work. They have an understanding that it's not just all sunshine and rainbows when you have a connection with somebody and you want to be in a relationship with them. They're understanding that it's not always going to be easier, but it will be getting easier. So hopefully that gives you some hope and some positive feelings about where you're at with your relationship. And if it resonated, please like and leave me a comment. Let's get to know each other. That's it.